Hello everyone. In this video we will be looking at how to create high quality images using MATLAB. So sometimes when we are using the Simulink and we need to export the results obtained from the Simulink into some paper or presentation. So we will be looking at how to export the results in a high quality uh, framework so that it doesn't blur when we zoom it out in our paper or presentation. So for that I have created one Simulink file here, and we can see that I have used three sine wave generator uh, uh, that I have connected to three go-to blocks. So these three sine wave generators I have considered them as active powers and then name the go-to blocks as P1, P2, P3. Similarly, I have used another three sine wave generators and consider them as reactive power and connected to the go-to blocks named as Q1, Q2 and Q3. Now let me look into the sine wave generator what I put here. So I have put the amplitude as 2000, frequency is 2 radian per second. So all three have different frequency and amplitude. So it is 1000 amplitude and then frequency 3 radian per second with a phase shift of pi by 2. And similarly here is 1504. These assumed reactive powers have different magnitude. So this is 200 and 2 radian per second. Here I have taken 400 amplitude, 3 radian per second, then pi by 2 phase shift, and here it is 304. So the highest magnitude of assumed active power is 2 kilowatt, and for the reactive power it is 400 watts. I made some changes in the scope settings as well. So if we go to the settings of the scope and logging, so I have enabled the log data to workspace and named the variable name as P for active power, and then save format as structure with time. Okay. Similarly, here I have taken as Q variable name, and I have made some changes in the configuration parameters. First of all, I have selected the fixed step type here. So it is up to you, whatever solver you want to choose. There is no restriction over that. I have taken the fundamental step time as 1 microsecond. So it is up to the simulator or the user, whatever he wants to select here. But in data import export, we have to deselect all the variables, all the output types here. So most importantly, this single simulation output. So we have to deselect this and then apply OK. And now we can run the simulation. So let us run it. Now this simulation file will create two variables in workspace, P and Q. So if you see, these are P and Q, and they are structured with time. So they have the signal as the variable as time, and then signals. So as we have imported three signals, this will be uh, three-dimensional signal. So we have three signals over here, 1, 2 and 3. So we can use these three signals to plot the figure. So I have already written the code over here. Let me go through it. You can anytime pause the video and see what I have done. So first of all, I have imported the P available in the workspace to a variable x1, and then I have created a figure with the outer position for full figure, and then created two subplots in that plot. So I have created the two vertical subplots using the subplot function 2 1, and then use the first subplot as P1. So I have created a variable P1 that is using the first subplot of the two subplots, and then I am plotting the first signal over here using x1 dot time, x1 dot signals of 1, and then values all comma 1. So this will these two lines, if we use plot this and this, so it will create the plot of first signal with respect to time, and then I have changed the color and then line width. So it is recommended to use the line width as 3. You can change it as your wish. And then the other two signals as well I have plotted over here, and then change the axis. I have selected the time 0 to 4 seconds. You can select according to your requirement, and then the maximum and minimum y-axis limits. So I have as the maximum as the highest power what we have used in Simulink is 2 kilowatt. I am selecting a little bit more than that for having some bond, and it is the 3 kilowatt what I have selected over here. Similarly, for reactive power, I selected the second subplot and then plotted the three signals, and then changed the limit of the y-axis. Then I have used the labels of active and reactive power over here. So I have used a variable ylb1 to get the property y label of subplot p1, and then set the fonts, set the y label as active power with a font size of 18, and then rotated this for horizontal label. If we don't use it, it will create a vertical label across the y-axis, but I am using the horizontal label and then changing the position of that horizontal label. Similarly, I have created the x-axis label over here, which is time. Similarly for the reactive power. Then I have used three legends P1, P2 and P3 with a font size of 14 and change their position according to the available space in the subplots. You can change it online as well. And this is the function legend that is used to obtain the legend in the subplot. Then I have changed the as I have used the unit as kilowatt and kVAR. So I will change the Vitix name. First of all, I have used the Vitix of the subplot P1 as -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is in kilowatt, and then change their names as -3, -2 because already I have written kilowatt in the unit. Similarly for VAR, I have changed it to kVAR. Then I have changed the outer position of the subplot. You can use it as it is. If you have two subplots, if you have three, you have to tweak the outer position and the position values over here. Then I have turned on the x and y grids for both the subplots. So this subplot p1.x grid equals to 1 turns the x grid, and then y grid turns on the y-axis grid, and then change the grid color to blue and the grid style to column. So this will create dots instead of lines, and then change the weight of the grids using the property grid alpha dot p1 dot grid alpha equals to 1. So this ranges between 0 to 1. You can the recommended is 1. You can make it less as well. Then I have changed the font size of the overall figure to 18 and selected the font type as Times, which is close to Times New Roman, and then the change it to bold. So if you wish, you can leave it as it is, but these when we use these type of fonts with 18 times and bold, so the figure comes nicer. And then I have sent the paper size that need to be exported to the PDF. So here I have selected the size 40.5 and 22.5, which is very much closer to A4 size sheet. You can change it as as well. And then I have saved the plot as PDF with the name PQ_RDS. So if I will run this, this will create a PDF in our current directory. So let me run it. Okay, this is the figure that has been created using the code and the Simulink file, and we have exported it as PDF in our current directory. So if I open, I will open the current directory. Okay, so here if you can see, I have a PDF file PQ_RES that is created using the MATLAB code. Let me open it. Okay. So this is the plot that we have obtained. It is in PDF format. We can export it to latex and use it there. So now if you will zoom it to something like 400%, it should not blurred. Yeah, it is not getting blurred. So this is the way how we can create a high quality waveforms using MATLAB. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.